Good morning. Hello, everyone. I apologize. I don't know what's happening. We did work on my site this weekend, and I guess I don't know. But all you have to do is hear me. Um, so I almost feel like I'm not on here because I have a beautiful dark green top on that you can't see. Let me see. Yeah, I have no idea. So let's say good morning to a lot of people are here. Carol and Tanny, Anik, Sheila, Marianne, Paul, Carol again, and Dana Reeves. Oh, we hear you. Yeah, okay. I didn't ask, but that's good. Well, I had an exciting experience this weekend. Haven't been able to hardly wait to tell you. Friday night, I saw a huge blue orb circling across the lake. I got up in the middle of the night. As I'm coming back towards where I sleep, I'm like, what the heck is that? And it was bright blue, like a beautiful blue. And at first I'm thinking, well, is that like on uh, a boat that goes fast? I don't know. Because when it got like over to the right side of me and I kind of leaned to try to see better because it's all dark, it went away or it shut off. I don't know. So that's all I got to tell you. Um, I don't know. Let's see. Yes. So that was very fascinating, encouraging for us to know that levels of spirit are coming. I had nothing the rest of the weekend. I was talking a lot to the Palladians, trying to get my work out, and we couldn't reach the people my husband has to talk to get the money thing. So probably by tonight or tomorrow that'll be on. And so I was working on getting that complete. But an orb out across the water. It was up above the water. That's why I'm thinking, was it on um, the only kind of boats they have out there are little canoes. I've never seen a fast boat out. The lake is not that big. So there you go. I don't know what to think. It was playing peekaboo with me. Yes. I did not feel negative energy. Certainly, we have a lot before we go to bed. So I don't think it was anything negative, but perhaps encouraging of a message that a greater process between our world and their world is going to be happening. Or it was some kind of fast boat, someone was out there running. Did I hear an engine? I can't remember because I was so in a shock from seeing something that was that low. It wasn't up in the sky. It was like maybe 4 feet off the water, you know. So we'll see if it happens again. You got to know every time I get up, I'm looking. Good morning. Yes. So we've had the moon since we all saw each other. I hope you all went and journeyed up to see if you can get a voice from your masters and the group that are with you. Um, yes, I've been kind of like wow, in a shock state ever since then. So today's Monday. Today, usually we talk about healing. So I think we need to get ourselves really grounded because I think the world's going to be changing. And as I say that to you, you could possibly be contemplating a lot of different ways. And that's true. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if how we lived 3 months ago is going to exist. And look at this, how it's doing weird on my hair. At least it has my face. Yeah, we'll have to get someone to help us to find out what's going on weird with my site. So today, ask me questions that you might want to ask. And good morning, Lauren. If you didn't hear, had a blue orb. It was almost like it wasn't a big round one. It was like a flat, an oblong, moving across the water out behind where I live. And then when I felt we finally connected, it went away. So I have no idea what it was. I asked my Palladian friends. They're not saying. I have no idea. So there you go. And Dana, if this is your first time here, I can't I don't think you come that much, but welcome. Because today we're going to really get everyone rooted, because that's what we're going to need is safety here upon Earth. Second time. So, see, I was almost close. I hope you enjoy it. We're going to get everyone really good down into their root. Years ago, I would be helping people with a lot of allergies. And do you know that allergies are from not being really rooted here upon the earth plane? And as I would work with that, and we'd work with clearing those issues, the allergies would go away, myself included. I used to not be able to be around perfume or I'd lose my voice. That's not the situation. I still have it some, and I tend to guide myself to where there is no smell. I can go in, get my hair cut, and not have a terrible experience. So, but there's a lot of secrets that are held within every soul about their coming here and being a part of the earth plane. You know, we've all come from somewhere else. We all have a whole experience of life from past lives and from where we're going that is encompassed within who we are and this magnificent aura that we each have. And they're all different. The only ones that are ever the same. Oh, so she thinks she usually catches the replays. Yes, I'm going to get you rooted and you're not going to feel all that negativity. But my point that I was making is the only people that could be similar to you are the ones that are, you have 12 to 16 of them, exact like parts of you. Some will be other places, some will be here on Earth. I think I told you the other day I've seen at least 2 of mine. One living a very similar life to mine, the other one looking identical to me. And don't be frightened about it. It's just how it is and how we are. So let's all acknowledge our heart. And when I say heart, you may think of physical heart. I want you to think of the heart chakra, which is, actually, I have the green color on. I can't get it to come up at all. Isn't that interesting? because I was prepared for this. Let's see, what color is this? Oh, see, this is green and it just dissolves. And right now we're going to call Mother and Father to be down into that heart energy with you. And what that does is, while safety is within the root chakra, we begin to feel safe having Mother and Father in our hearts because it's supporting us from all the different other threads we've lived or been a part of. And it's like, I'm here, I'm okay, and they're familiar to you. So just for a moment, sit in that energy. So I am going to have a second class I'm putting up, or maybe two more. I'm going to put up for you to choose to do, and I will do the classes and the streams of consciousness on Zoom. Tried going through all that here and knew we're going to do it on Zoom. But I thought about having a class where people develop their Christ consciousness. So that is the major goal of the soul, is that within each of us is to have this developing, that we're moving from lifetime to lifetime and actually from day to day, is to achieve the completion of Christ's consciousness. Now, there are those who say that is actually what the 12 disciples were for. They were each a part of the consciousness to create a wholeness for Christ. So we'll discover that as we talk about it and go through the various places. So if that intrigues you at all, hopefully by tomorrow I will have it up and you can read over it, and that will be a different time and a fee, of course. And we'll go in and help you become a higher state of consciousness with a greater knowingness. That's what our goal here in being on Earth. We are in, most of us, the university. If you look at levels of school, you've done other levels, other places, or maybe earlier times. But if you're here now, you are in the graduate part of your university, and to become who you're meant to be to help for the world that's coming. All right? So we got our heart open. It's starting to spin. And there's a lot of the beautiful green petals. And I'm a little disturbed. I can't get the color green up here for you. Well, see, any green is going away. This has color. Nope, that's pretty interesting. Let's see if I have a green book. So, check it for a green card. Let's see, but this one says me. Let's see if we can get the green card to show us here. No. Isn't that interesting? I allow serenity to reign in me. The love I have for myself invites harmony to settle within my being. I listen to honor and strive to fulfill the needs of my soul. Okay. Well, good morning, Marby. Thank you for coming. So our heart, mother, fathers, and it has I'm going to ask them to help you radiate acceptance. And what do I mean by that? Acceptance is to accept wherever it is in this moment. Let there be no judgment. Let there be no need. Just to say hello to who you are on your journey. Everyone here they have chosen a journey. Now, where you're at on it and how important and loving it is to you could be different for every one of us. But that's what makes it magical. We are all one and the same. We've all started with very little, and as we grow, there's so much more that comes to us in consciousness, so that we begin to have an understanding and a great ability. So we're now going to feel comfortable beginning to root ourselves down into Mother. So the chakra is a scarlet red, and it's going to spin out and about because it's connecting into our root chakra at the base of your spine. It's different than the ones that sit this way. It's flirting down, okay? And it's going to start spinning, but what I call the petals of this chakra are much stronger because they're longer, they're different, and they will flow out wider. So let's all just imagine that in that scarlet red. Some of you very often do not even have your rooting. And this is where you are finding whatever difficulty there is in your world. For instance, who was it? Lauren. A lot of emotional negativity. Let's get this root moving, which is going to not allow any energy of negativity to be present. Scarlet red, scarlet red, scarlet red. Hear me. That is the color of the root. And it is your well-being, your vitality, and your ability to know safety. So the word we're going for here today in the root is to be safe. And the card that comes up is goodness. That must be with the wings of angels here. I don't know. Maybe I'm seeing things. Are you all seeing that? I don't know. I overcome my imperfections, polish my character, and feed on the positive. Thus, I free myself, allow my goodness to manifest, and become a source of joy. Through gentleness, I offer unconditional support, understanding, and love to myself and others. So as I'm saying that, let's see someone else here. Tina McSee. I'm new here. I'm enjoying your messages. I would like to know if there's a message for me. Well, right now I'm doing a lesson. Come back tomorrow, Tuesday, is all about giving people messages. So we'll see how time goes, but I usually don't do a singular message just on any day. So could you all feel yourself sit down more in your root? Now, what you do from that place that you're sitting, that chakra, you see the channel going down through it, and you run down into the earth, to about the middle of the earth. You're going to go by, just like we know, there's dirt, there's sand, there's gravel. Just keep moving, be open to whatever you might see. And all of a sudden you're at the beach. And you can hear the roar of the water. And this is deep inside the earth. You have went down to where Mother exists. Father's above, Mother's deep within. So we're going to look up on the cliff above us, and you'll see a cabin. And we're going to make our way up because that's the home of Divine Mother. Now, you can open the door. It's open to everyone. You can go back here as often as you'd like. And Lauren felt herself become rooted. Wonderful. Danny says, I am rooted. Now I want you to open the door to that little house. First thing you'll see when you go in is a counter with a huge cornucopia in it. And I want you to pick up one of the little squashes, and it'll give you a message. That's somewhere you can get a message from, Tina, and it'll be from Mother. Now, there's couches and all to sit in. Make yourself at home in the arms of Mother. You know, sometimes, and I've been there before, you just need someone to hug you. And to have a hug from Divine Mother is about the best one that you can get. So I welcome you. Yes, here's what we've done. We've acknowledged the root at the base of this human aura. We've allowed it to open scarlet red and to let the channel of our light take us down into the center of the earth, to the ocean. And now we can see that up on the bank, there's a house there. It's a tiny house. And you wonder why it's so tiny, because it'll be for whomever needs it, will create itself. You don't need to worry about it. That's the difference between this space and where we linearly live. That's there, that's rock and mortar. Well, this is there even more so than the rock and mortar, and it will be more comforting, more embracing than what you can ever imagine. Oh, my stomach just gave a big growl. So I'm sorry. So as you go in there and you sit maybe on a tan couch, you're going to feel the energy of Mother hold you. Now, whatever your need is, if you need to talk, she's going to tell you, go ahead, I'll listen. Or maybe you'll hear a response back from her, something that you need to do. But the whole point here is to become comfortable being you, not being afraid of your well-being, not being afraid of having vitality, being able to come back to the consciousness out, around, and through your physical form with a whole new level of I can, a whole new level of I am. Mother is here for me, that you're not alone. So I'll give everyone a moment to sense where Mother is. Maybe you want to sit in front or back of her, and what does she look like? Light. Oh, got a wisp on the window. I don't know if anybody heard that. I don't see anybody. It was like a whoosh. She has a tint of gold. But if she speaks, it's like a small wind coming at you, whistling into your heart and your ears. Very special. Very special place for you to discover and to know that in any moment you can go back. You just need to remember the places. You get yourself open the heart, then open the root and go down through it to travel down into the center of the earth and find yourself on the beach. Well, there are a lot of things on the beach we can't discover everything today. But I'm hoping that by doing this, I'm going to encourage you to begin to examine who you really are and all about consciousness and what is really right here within you and around you. We tend to be limiting as a human. Find yourself, that's right. You can find yourself, and instead of thinking that you're whatever the world has taught you, that you're really so much more because you have Divine Mother right within you. I heard that whistle. This feels very loving and safe. I need to not be limited. Yes, I get it. Yes, that wasn't me. That was Mother or someone, an angel, saying, yes, we're here. Because there are a lot that's here, a lot of angelic kingdom. Metatron sits with me, and you know he is in charge of all the angels. So angels are quite possible, as you can see, all around me here. Oh, this purple showed. Whoa. Maybe they're changing here. Why they don't let you see my shirt, I don't know. Mystical. That's what it's called. It's not magical. It's mystical. You can also lay on this beach in a chair and let the ocean of Mother come up and wash over you, taking away whatever you might think is not appropriate. It can be a cleansing. So let's all take a minute. Yes, he thinks you're very, very diverse, Tiene. He's saying hello. So we'll call on the ocean to let it come and pour over you. Releasing limitation. Why not use our word that had come up today? Releasing limitation. Yes. Well, we are on a process, each and every one of us. The journey is about not only what we think it is, but there are parts of us that need to be developed, consciousness that needs to become more, a soul that wants to have life and live. And in that, we have other parts of ourselves. We have chakras. There's just a whole world of ourselves that we can discover to be here to help Mother, Father, God at this time with this planet. Certainly, Sanakamara is working with a different planet. So the more you grow and become, as Tanny calls it, a avatar or a master, your reason for being here and what you're doing will transform and will become different. Yes, my work is about helping everyone in the loving way, in the easy way, learn to evolve. That's why I'm going to be doing the light infusions from the Palladians. I had done them before, and everyone was growing really fast, and they said no, and now we need another push, so we're going to do them again. But it's time to maybe do somewhat of an understanding about what Christ really is, as who he stands and what he represents and what he can do. Because I know you've all heard within the Bible, it says, go do what I have done and do more. So do you hear? We're at that do more thing. So first we have to believe and understand who we are. And then we can get into believing and perceiving and stepping in the light in a way to do more. You see? So how's everybody's root feel? Good? Now I see some children here on the beach, and they are putting the sand through a big bucket. And in that, it's showing them things they need to learn about. You know, there are so many ways that our consciousness, the aura around us and down below us, has to help us to learn how to grow in the truth of who we are. So, while we see a child doing that exercise, could it not be the child that lies within you? Could it not be the sunbather inside of you? I hear a group calling people into the water. Maybe you desire to go. But what are you releasing? What are you going to become to know? Perhaps it's friends in the water that want to have you connect so we don't end up forgetting about them when we go somewhere else, or if we do. I feel cohesive. Yes, good. So it's always to be awake. It's allowing consciousness to wake up. There's always more than what we've learned. Here's a piece of paper. It has information. There are parts of yourself that have information that is about your discovery and evolution. And like my part in connection with Egypt, you go inside your heart, you make a right and a left, and there's a full room of golden Egyptian words on the walls about my journey in connection to Egypt. And it's about a time when in Luxor is where many of us went through a level of ascension there. And if you've ever read Keys of Enoch, I'm going to show you the image and how we all walked through the lion to ascend in that life. I'm not finding it right away. Give me a minute. Interesting book for someone who's evolving. The Keys of Enoch, you know, about Enoch's journey, which he ended up staying in heaven and became the right hand of God, his scribe. I have to pay attention for a minute. And so many mysteries. Now, in this book, here's an image of heaven. Oh, that's alive too. Isn't that interesting? Yeah. It has these images that are very profound in this book, and I'm going to find the one where we all walked through. Here it is. The Sphinx. See the people? Can you see close enough as they walk through to their ascension? People only know they see a Sphinx there. They don't remember what it was or what images like spiritual beings like us did. Isn't that fascinating? And this is in the middle of the Earth. It's a high-frequency solar vehicle, given in the symbol of the lion, sun, and the symbolic structure for the space-time pyramid, which gives to all levels of evolution in our zone the mathematical, astronomical keys to the surrounding higher evolution. So, we are shifting to a higher evolution, to a higher awareness. And Tanny says, fascinating. You're welcome. There's just so much, and not aware of how much time, but I do know whenever I work with Mother, time, whatever we do comes, and it comes down into a small little thing, so there's plenty of time. We just have to allow ourselves to grow and be more than who we are and not be afraid. So that was the purpose of today, is to have you know that within going into the root chakra, which is chakra number 1, and going down through the channel into the earth, and you can go into the home of Mother and be very safe. Any time of the day, night, whatever it is. And what happens is you begin then to carry her with you. So it's all good. It's all very good. You see? Yes, I see my throat is a lot of different frequencies. You can see it's all speaking funny. My first major trip was to Egypt, traveled from north to south. Must have been wonderful. And did you feel at home when you were there? And Tina says, that is beautiful. Thank you. I have not in this life been to Egypt, but I have been to Egypt. In my consciousness, that's why it's within my soul. And yes. Was YE mean a yes? Or yeah. Did you go to Luxor, Marianne? I hear from the Melchizedek books that he took a group and they went in somewhere where it now's not very wide, and they had to lay flat to get in. And it was interesting that no one was afraid, and they got some great downloading done about that whole experience. Yeah, oh Babaji. He's my teacher. He was my father for over 200 years. My husband, this life that I met and fell in love going to see Babaji. We went 3 trips to Thailand and became in the lineage of the masters, meditating each time for a lot of hours, from 2:30 in the morning to 4 in the afternoon every day for a few months. So we became clear. To some level, we still meditate. There's always something still coming up. But a lot of clarity also. Tina McSee says she cries when she views the pyramids. I don't doubt that you did have a past life there. See, we have to start just saying, were you there? You ask your signal, it says yes. You and your signal were there. It remembers. And is there something for you to remember from that lesson? Because, there's a lot of lessons all around the world. And who are we to know which ones that we're in the process of learning still as we move into our graduation? Yeah. Melchizedek is another profound being. Has much information out for people to learn. There's so many. There are just so many that is fascinating and so much to learn. But no, the beauty is you have the capacity for learning. If not, you just clear the pattern and then you will. That's wonderful to the point that we are at, that we can just choose to let go. So I'm going to read one more card. I love these cards. Release, and it's letting us see it too. It looks like a butterfly. I stopped fighting my fears and the hardships of life. I control my thoughts. I live in the present moment and accept each stage of life. I work on what I have power over and put into God's hands what I can't change. I trust that everything will work out for the best. I release. I let go. I release. I let go. Why hold on if you already know? So, what do you want to know? I would suggest you know that Mother and Father are existent within your hearts and go everywhere and are always with you. All right. How we doing? Oh, we're moving right along. So whoever it was who asked for a message, you can see how we kind of get long going, and the present is all that exists in truth. The past is from before. It is that we do need to remember, because sometimes we forget we've already done that. And that too is a process of evolution. It is also beautiful. So, you all have powerful rooted chakras today. You might want to sit and be quiet, however meditation is for you, for 15, 20 minutes, and see what your consciousness reveals to you. So here's Paul. Let's see what his wise words are today. I have found my stump, and it has been a proud teacher, mother. I have been studying with Melchizedek and learning to engage with the depth of energy available to all of us. Beautiful. I really can't see all your little emojis. And this root work is a wonderful foundation to build further upon. Oh yes, and you know someone here is going to find other ways of getting somewhere else to do something else. You know, there was a long time, because the Akashic records originally themselves have collapsed. So a lot of our wisdom lies within them, but not in the way maybe they should be. They're still working on it. I know my husband reads the Akashic records, and they have found ways to make sure they're able to retrieve all the information. But who knows which of you may be someone to do something with that? I do not know. There is a great depth to where it is all stashed, hidden, alive, however you want to call it. And we are blessed to have all come together and have the opportunity to participate in discovery. See, today I would say the word discovery and you all think we're going off in the sky. And yet there's still so much to discovery down in within us. Okay, I enjoy your YouTube channel, Arcturian. Wait. If I may suggest to check out root chakra resonance video. I may, for right now, because of my work, I don't do a lot of checking out on other people's things, but if that feels great to you, then go right ahead. Well, if you heard me, they have done work, because there is a group that work in the Akashic Records to help those who have questions about it find the answers. So that has started to be able to be so again. But where the Akashic Records are, there are those who have the secret way and entry in, and it's all good. Yeah, and that's the one thing that will always be true, is there will be always more. Always more. So, see everyone tomorrow. It will be messages. You're very welcome, Marianne. I hope you're doing well. And your brother too, and anyone else who has anything going on for them. May you know in truth that everyone's imperfection. And not use the thought process to determine it isn't. All right? Many blessings. See you tomorrow.